right, hello everybody and welcome to Meet the Dog. I'm Chris, this is Aniela, and with us today, making their Meet the Dog debut, their first time in the arena as well, are Bert and Poppins from the Poppins litter. The Poppins litter were born back on Easter of this year, so they are 5 months old now. I think the last time they were weighed, it sounds like they were in the 60s. They eat 3 times a day, 2 cups each now. They're very good kids. Bert is identifiable by his big, well, you can't see it right now because he's turned away, but he's got a big eye patch on his right eye. Or is it his left? No, it's his left eye. I'm sorry, it's his left eye. He's got a big eye patch. And Poppins honestly looks a lot like Capri, I feel like. She probably looks, I think, the most like Capri out of the litter. She also looks a lot like her sister Bessie. But she has this kind of tiny white slit going up her forehead. Poppins, over here. Yeah, I know you want to explore, but we gotta stay right here. Oh boy. Yes. All right. So training, they have started their training a little bit. Bert, it sounds like he's doing pretty good with his confidence around people and cars. He's not getting too scared, but he does have some focus issues. He's a bit pulley on the leash, which, I mean, he's a puppy. That's pretty natural. Poppins also doing well with her confidence, which is huge. It sounds like she occasionally freezes up while they're out. So she needs some work on that, but that's to be expected. She's going to new places. She's probably a little bit nervous. Poppins, hey, whoa, please don't clothesline on Aniela. With that, I'm going to open it up to some questions about these two. We're finally calming down, maybe? There we go. There we go. Okay. Poppins, I know. You want to go run around. No, they have literally never been in here before. That's why they want to explore so much. Because they have never been in here. That would have been the smart thing to do, would be brought them in here earlier and get them used to it. But no, I do not think ahead. Where is the comments section? There it is. All right. Any questions about Bert and Poppins? Poppins, you want to come back over here so you don't choke yourself out? My leash is only so long. Poppins, hey. Oh, no, not that way, not that way. There we go. There we go. Okay. Now we're good. Oop. There we go. All right, now they're calming down a little bit. Barb V asks, are they outgoing or more shy with people? They are all very outgoing. This litter is not shy at all. They warm up to people pretty quickly. They're big barkers. They will bark quite a bit at new people, but they warm up pretty fast. I'm going to try to let her sniff around as much as I can within the little room that I have holding the mic. Crafty asks, are there any two Poppins that do not kennel well together? Really, no. They all get along very well. A couple of them can get a little spicy with each other, but nothing so bad that we've had to separate any of them. Yeah, it's definitely like they definitely get into arguments, but none of them have like fought so bad that we need to separate them, which is at this age really impressive, and I'm really happy about that. Next month they'll be 6 months old, so the hormones are going to start kicking in, so we'll see if that continues. I truly hope it does. But yeah, no, they all get along very well with each other. We can put them out 4 or 6 at a time, and you honestly, if they'll get into a couple scuffles here and there, but you gotta just yell at them and they'll stop. Let's see. Barbie asks, have you seen them change over the last month or so? Honestly, this litter has been pretty consistent so far. They've always been very well behaved. A few of them are starting to kind of get their own no. A few of them are starting to get their own personalities a little bit. Bert was getting a little destructive in the puppy room, which is one of the reasons we brought him over. He was knocking stuff over, biting stuff. No. You leave that. You stick with me, okay? Winnie, who's not here right now, she's over in Kennel 10. She's become quite a bit of a barker. Poppins as well has become quite a bit of a barker. So they are slow. We are kind of slowly starting to notice changes with them. They are kind of starting to get their own personalities a little bit. But they have been pretty consistent. They are all still very well behaved. They're all still very outgoing. Crafty asks, do these pups love the mud? I haven't really seen them with the mud yet. They don't mind the rain, though. They have no problems with the rain.
Oh, when it's raining in the sand and over when they're on... Oh, they love the mud.
Oh, they love the mud, apparently. Oh, I'm so excited to hear that they love the mud.
They love the mud.
Love that. I'm so happy.
If they could be slathered entirely in mud 100% of the time, they would. Yep.
Apparently they love mud. Barb V asks, are they interested in the bigger dogs? I'd say so. Yeah, they definitely seem to show some interest in them. Honestly, they're going out, the big dogs are going out pretty quickly now, so they'll probably get a chance to play with them before they're all the older litters are gone. I don't know how many of them are going to be left by the time they're old enough to... Would you stop that? Would you stop? Oh, well... Oh, I've just kind of trapped myself here. Yeah. I think most of the older dogs will be gone by the time they're old enough, but yeah, they've definitely shown an interest. Barb V also asked, do they respond to their name very well? Yes, they do. Their recall itself still needs a bit of work. Like coming when their name is called, definitely still something they need to work on, but they definitely know their names. You can call them and they will perk up. They will acknowledge that they have been called. So yes. But the recall itself coming, like say if I said Poppins come, she might not come right away. That definitely still needs some work. But definitely respond to their names well, I'd say. Crafty asks, how are they progressing compared to the Tribbles and Christmas at this age? I'd say they're making leaps and bounds ahead of the Christmas and the Tribbles. The Christmas and the Tribbles by no means bad litters. They were both good, but they did have a lot of hang-ups that they needed to work on. For example, the Tribbles were very, very mouthy, and the Christmas litter was all very rambunctious. Case in point, you had Jack, who never wanted to kennel up, and then him and Davis kept on fighting. We had to separate them. Yeah. Well, what I always noticed with Pearly was that she would only kennel up. Oh, Poppins. Okay. Both P names. But they are definitely making leaps and bounds on the Tribbles and the Christmas. Which I'm incredibly excited about and very proud. It's going very well. right now we're working on their waiting at the food stand, and that's going very well. Some of them are better than others, like Mr. Dawes. He has that down perfectly. You tell him to wait, and he will stop and wait. Bert, Poppins, they're a little hit and miss. I think Bert will start slowing down a bit once he starts growing a bit more and he's not as hungry. But they're definitely doing very, very well compared to their older siblings and older half-siblings. Poppins! 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 Hey, Poppins! Yeah, Kanya. There you go. Okay, these are gonna have. This is gonna be the last two questions, and then we'll wrap up. Crafty asks, "Have they had a bath yet?" I don't.
Yeah,
they have. They have.
I was just looking at that. I'm not sure if these two.
Come on, come on.
Maybe this week,
Okay, some of them have. Aniel's checking to see if. Okay, so Bert had a bath last week. Pop it. No. No. So, yes, these two have both had baths. And I'm assuming that I didn't hear any funny stories about it. It actually went pretty well. They don't hate the water. They honestly, they when I'm hosing in the kennels outside, a lot of them will try to jump into the hose. Yes. Barb V, and this is going to be our last question. Good question, too. How are they doing with waiting at mealtime? I did touch on this a second ago. So they are making improvements on that. As I mentioned before, some are doing better than others. Mr. Dawes is doing very well. Bert, he's still very rambunctious when it comes to his food. He will wait, but he'll be jumping around on the ground, still trying to find a way to get to the food. Which I attribute a lot to the fact that he's a growing boy. He's very hungry. I think once he starts growing a bit more and he's not as hungry, I think he'll start to calm down a bit. We've had this happen with other dogs. Sloan from the Angels litter and Fred from the Angels litter used to do that. Davis and Jack from the Christmas litter used to do that. And once they got older and their growing slowed down, they would still be excited about their food, but they wouldn't be all over the place while we were trying to get them to wait. So I think for the ones like Bert, Poppins a little bit, once they're a bit older and they're not growing as much, I think we're gonna see their weights improve. But even now they're still very good. Like they'll be jumping. If I tell them to wait on the ground, they'll still be jumping around a bit, but they'll wait. And if I have them wait at the stand, like 2 paws on the stand, 2 on the ground, they will wait, which is very good. It's very good. So, and as we keep working on it, we're only going to see improvements. So they've been doing very well with their waiting at the stand. So that is all the time we have. Thank you all very much for your questions. We'll be back next week with a couple more dogs. We'll see if we can get some more puppies in. But until then, everybody have a good night. Take care. Good, very good, you two. Poppins. Yeah, let's walk around.